connoisseur of perfumes. Definitely not one of those. It has a kind of whimsical feel to it. Can a smell be whimsical? Well, it is. Okay, I probably have to start this video with a disclaimer. As ever, I have ring light in my eyes. I don't know how to get rid of that. It's not a hair wash day, but it is a dry shampoo day. And of course, shadows behind. See you on the flip side. Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. Where do we start? We're talking about scents today, the sense of smell. Yeah, obviously that's what a scent is. Okay, so today I would like to talk about sense memory. Sense memory is something that's very strong in a lot of us. It takes us back to a happier time or a childhood memory. They're not always happy memories, but often it invokes an emotional response from times gone by. And for me, I have an array of perfumes that do that for me, from happier times when I was working on ships, or with certain loves of my life, or just happy times with my family, vacations. You know what I'm talking about. It's sense memory. And of course, we are still in our lockdown situation, so I've not gone out anywhere and collected new perfumes and smells, but I do have a few kicking around the house that I would like to share with you that are my pretty much go-tos. Now, before I show you what I have here, I do have a couple of empty bottles because funds are lacking, but I do want to remember what they smelled like. And sometimes, I mean, comment down below, do you do the same thing? Do you keep an empty bottle because you can still just smell that bit and it gives you that memory of where you had it from or what it means to you? And also, some of my empty bottles get passed on to my nieces for decoration in their room. So there's a few of my favourites that I'm going to have to just add a picture in because I don't actually have the bottle still, but they are definitely go-tos for everyday life and just a feel-good moment. So just recently, I've been, of course, watching a lot of Prime Video and just living life in a very different way, which I'm sure many of us have. And I've cried a lot, if I'm honest. Not full on, you know, I need a box of tissues because I'm not going to be able to make it through the day. But, you know, just tears running down the face. I've emoted a lot with television, which is testimony to great television, but also just to the way that I am feeling now, which is a little different than usual, which I'm sure a lot of us can relate to. And I feel that perfume or smelling good, feeling good can help lift your spirits, which is pretty much why I'm here today to show you what I'm talking about. So instead of just waffling on as ever, let's get into the perfumes. Okay, so it's no surprise to anybody that I am terminally single. So I won't be going on any dates, first, last or otherwise anytime soon. But I do have a lot of perfumes that I would advise myself to use on a first date kind of situation. Things that not only make me feel good personally, but also I would think create a nice welcoming aroma into the situation. So I have to say, one of my lightweight perfumes, I would say, and a go-to for kind of just personally for a day-to-day use, if I was feeling a little bougie and I had the money. I've just taken the lid off there, and that is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Now this one is almost full, and I have to tell you that I've had this for about 9 months or more, but I've had it so many times in the past and I know how good it is that I know that I don't have any money, so I use it very sparingly. But that's why I have so much left of this one, because I actually just enjoy to smell it for myself. So it is very light and airy. Like I say, so it is the kind of thing that I would use just for myself on a day-to-day basis, but it is a kind of like a first date. It's kind of like a fun and carefree kind of scent, I would say. So that is up there on my let's get started perfumes. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm obviously not a can you be a connoisseur of perfumes? Definitely not one of those, but I'm just letting you know the kind of things that I like to use and maybe you'd like to try. So if you want something a little more hard-hitting, perhaps you're going out for a meal of an evening and not just romantically, but you want to feel, you know, a little bit more classy, my go-to perfume would be, and this one is an empty bottle, and that is Coco Chanel. So it's Mademoiselle, this one is. So Coco Mademoiselle. And Coco Mademoiselle brings back so many memories. You know that, actually the first thing that I remember when I smell this, not only from working on cruise ships, because I've bought this many, many times over, I also used to get this as birthday presents from my team because they knew what I liked. The first smell is going to see the ballet in Russia. I don't know, I can just, that's the first thing that popped into my head. It was like, yes, sense memory. A wonderful time machine, free of charge and no DeLorean required. I would prefer a blue box for my time machine, preferably with a doctor in it, but that's just me. Okay, moving swiftly on to a couple of heavier perfumes, shall we say. So Mademoiselle is of course another light perfume, but it is, I would say personally, more of an evening perfume. So it's a little classy, you've got a bit of money, you feel a bit like you've got all your best jewellery on, you've popped all your makeup on and you're off out. Perhaps not going clubbing in that perfume, you can do of course, but it is more of a demure perfume. Is that the right way to describe a perfume? We're just winging it from now. Okay, so heading into the heavier kind of scents, I would say. Now, I first had this perfume back in 2009 on a ship called Arcadia, and when I first had this is Prada Milano. And when I first had this perfume, everyone was like, why are you wearing old lady perfume? But then they kind of grew to know me and they were like, you are an old lady. No, it's actually just something, it's kind of an acquired fragrance. It is a parfum, so it is strong, it is money again, and I don't know how to describe it. You kind of have to smell it. I don't think it's a Marmite perfume. I don't think you'll either love or hate it. I think you will like it, but you do have to be the kind of person to enjoy a heavier scent, as it is something that stays with you. You don't have to use much of this and it does last on your skin, which is important to me, because one of my favourite perfumes is the complete opposite, and that's what I'm going to move on to now. I only have a little tiny travel size one. It was like a little free gift with purchase because I don't have an empty bottle that I've saved, unfortunately. I thought I did, but I didn't. And this is Dolce & Gabbana The One. Now, this has been a go-to of mine for many, many years. The first memory actually reminds me of working in an office that I used to work at. I had some great times in there, and I used to organise events as well as a bit of a... I was going to say good time girl, that does not sound right. I was in charge of events in the office situation as well, just to bring hilarity to the team. No, I don't know what I want to say. It was like a little side gig, just because they knew that I had entertainment running through my veins. But anyway, it was a good time. Now, Dolce & Gabbana The One is, I want to say, quite expensive because I'm a poor person. You might not feel the same. You might think, you know, it's something that I would always spend my money on because that's just who I am. But it is a more expensive perfume, as obviously these first few are. However, for me personally, and I know this is different for every skin type and different people, and if you put it on your clothes and things like that, it doesn't last as long as I want it to. It is a a dreamy scent. It like literally as soon as like if somebody walks past me and I waft it, I'm just like, I know it instantly. It is a fantastic fragrance that has that all that memory sense feeling to it, but it is something that I run out of very quickly, just simply because I have to keep applying it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Comment down below if you have the same kind of thing with kind of like light blue or Mademoiselle. They kind of stay for most of the day. I will reapply it a few times throughout the day if I'm out for a long day, like 12-13 hours. I do like to keep perfume obviously in my handbag with me, but the one, it's not the one. It doesn't stay on my skin. Now, I don't know how you apply perfume, but I have heard that it's old school and not the way to do it, where you kind of rub perfume into your skin. So I kind of just let it sit on my skin. I always like to give myself an extra waft over the hair, and sometimes depending on what kind of clothes that I'm wearing, because I don't want to ruin obviously like good clothes, but I do sometimes spray it into the air and walk through it so it kind of lands on me, so it has an extra chance. I am actually that kind of person that if I'm wearing a skirt and heels, you know, if going out of an evening, I actually spray it around my legs as well, just to make sure my whole body, no one's going to be around your ankles, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But it is just kind of like you want your whole essence to smell as you waft through a restaurant or a crowded room. You want to be the one that people are smelling and go, what is that? And yeah, that's me. I'll be quiet now. Okay. My next perfume is another Armani. It's Armani Code, and this one was actually a gift for my birthday a couple of years back, and like I say, it's about here right now, but I don't want to use it up because I'm basically just at home and not going anywhere particular and single, so I don't want to put it on because it is like a definite evening perfume, I would say. It is a strong, deep smell, but it's a luxurious smell, so it's definitely something that you want to feel classy. This is definitely, you've got your Tiffany jewellery and you're going out with, is there such a thing of a man of your dreams? Or do they just live in your dreams? Maybe you have one. Armani Code. It was a gift that I was very grateful for, and I'm kind of harbouring it now. I'm just kind of holding on to it. I don't think I will be getting rid of the bottle, just because it's kind of ergonomically correct. I don't know if you can actually see there, but it actually tapers in and out, so it just feels right in your hand. It's kind of like a microphone. Yeah, I'm such a nerd. Anyway, Armani Code, a little deeper, quite expensive. I don't want to say bougie, you just feel classy. That's the one, as you when you wear a perfume like that, or I do anyway. Maybe it's just me. Okay, final couple of things that I have tangible here, and the first is, I actually have two. Legend Smile, and they are Fresh and Clean. So these are Victoria's Secret from their Pink store, Pink, their brand, and I actually have one of these in my car as well. It is a body mist, but I use it as a room spray as well. I think I used to have it as a room spray in a different kind of container, but so it's kind of my fresh smell for anything from once I put my pyjamas on at night, if you want to, you know, feel nice, or I sometimes spray my duvet cover or my pillow, just to have that kind of sleeping in flowers feel. It's not a strong like floral sense, but it is a fresh, well, fresh and clean. It is a fresh smell that is quite invigorating. I first had this when I was out in the Caribbean, so I used to kind of wear it on a daily basis, and for me, sense memory, it takes me back to those sunnier times when I was feeling slim and happy and confident, and just spraying it kind of instantly transports me to, I want to say a happier time. Not that I'm unhappy now, I'm just not as happy as I was then. So Fresh and Clean is definitely a time machine for me, so that might be one to put on your list. Okay, now this one still has a price on it. Now this one, it's the last one that, like I say, I have here tangible, and it is in a different kind of bottle. You may recognise it. It is from Lush. Now they do they do quite a few different scents in this style, and oh, I just wafted it then. But this one, I have a couple of them, and yes, I am that sad. It only comes out at the Christmas time and they sell out very quickly. This one was £20 here in the UK, and yes, that's expensive. Yes, that's why I use it very sparingly, and it's worth it, believe me. If you've ever tried any of Lush products, I mean, come on, the smell. Just but Snow Fairy is the ultimate. It's the one everybody waits for throughout the year to get the different kinds of products. It comes in different things, like with your bath bombs and your wands, shower gel, and now it comes in spritz form. So this body spray is it says just the thing for fairies, pixies, imps and magical creatures of all kinds. You need a sugary sweet pick-me-up. Here it is, and it is just that. It has a kind of whimsical feel to it. Can a smell be whimsical? Well, it is now. And every time I move it around, I can literally smell it coming out of the end. It does feel magical. It's right, it does. It has obviously Christmas connotations to me, so it reminds me of the holidays, but it is also light enough to use throughout the year and not feel like it's a definite festive smell, like, you know, I was going to say cinnamon, but I have cinnamon all year round. You know, there's certain smells that you just think, oh yes, that's the holidays. This is something, believe me, you want to stock up on and get to use all year round. Okay, so on to things that I don't have in my hands, and I think there is just one. There are many, of course there are many, but one which is for me an everyday go-to. I normally keep a full-size one in my handbag, like the 100ml, because it is affordable and lasts such a long time, and I've had the most compliments on it, and that is at my age, am I allowed to say this? It's happening. It's Ariana Grande, The Cloud. It is amazing. Now, I have had all of her perfumes in the past. I love them. I'm not ashamed to say it. She is a wonderful artist. She is a beauty. She's a dream. She's a vegan. She's a great all-rounder, in my opinion. And her perfumes do not let me down. Now, The Cloud, it smells to me like candy floss, and I have to say, I've had the most compliments on it. I've managed to get through about 3 bottles in about 18 months. But Mum, I hope you don't mind if I say this, but I actually bought my mum one for Christmas, I think it was, because she just kept saying, what is that you're wearing? And I'm not quite sure that she knows exactly who Ariana Grande is. I think she probably would if she heard a song or I showed her a picture, but the smell is divine. Of all ages, like my youngest niece likes it, my nan likes it. When I walk into stores, it doesn't matter the age of people working in there, they all go, what are you wearing? And I kind of go, Ariana Grande. But I'm not ashamed, I'm proud, and I'm telling the internet, Ariana Grande The Cloud is a definite thumbs up fragrance. It has just a feel-good vibe. You can wear it day and night. It is light and airy, so if you are looking for a deeper smell with like a sensual feeling for an evening, it probably isn't that one, but heck, you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want. Okay, I have actually just remembered one final smell that got me a lot of compliments when I was working on cruise ships. Now, if you've ever been on a ship, you'll know that some of the corridors are quite narrow and there's twists and turns, and people used to say to me, were you just in such and such a place, or I just smelt you walking down the corridor? Because I literally would leave a trail of this smell behind. So when I smell this, and I don't have a bottle, which I'm very sad about, but it is quite pricey and just not in my price range at the moment. If there's any secret admirers out there, I'm willing to accept perfume. But yes, it is, I hope I'm pronounced this right, and that is Giorgio Armani C. Now that is S-I, and I hope I've pronounced that right, because that's how I always say it to people, and perhaps they're looking for the wrong thing. But yes, I have had so many compliments on board ships with this. People would just literally be like, yeah, I knew you were coming because I could smell you, or I knew where you'd been because I could smell you. And so much so that actually people went out and bought it because they just smelt it all the time on me. It's it's not as deep as, say, the Prada Milano or the Armani Code, but it is quite a deep, is it, do you say deep sense? Like strong, like sense. So it's not quite light and airy like Ariana Grande, but it isn't quite as deep as, say, Armani Code. It's kind of like in between, but it is a luxurious smell. And from the people that bought it, because of my recommendation, this is why I say try smells before you just order them online. Know that you like it before you do that. They come back to me and said, do you know what? I bought that perfume. Does it smell the same on me? They would literally be like smelling me because they love it so much. But on them it wasn't the same. So that is one thing that I did want to just note, actually, is do try smells. Like if you're at a friend's house or they have them and things, you know, to try them out, or if you're in a store, just try them on your skin. Not always just like, say, in your hair or spritz it on, but actually on you, because I do believe that is a thing. Perfumes do smell different on different people because of your I don't know, genetic makeup maybe. So it is important because they're not cheap. They're worth it, in my opinion. I keep saying in my opinion because I don't want you to rush out and buy things that aren't right for you or come at me in the comments. But in my opinion, perfume is worth it. It's a feel-good factor. It's a time machine. They have this lovely sense memory to them. They just make you feel complete, or they make me feel complete anyway. This whole time we've been kind of in our house and not kind of getting ready or washing our hair, it is important to still have that sense of being, of who you are, and I believe that a smell can do that for you. Like I say, I smell empty bottles just to get back to where I was, and that's not a bad thing. I've been having all these emotions lately, like I say, watching these TV shows and feeling more than perhaps I want to, but having something to kind of draw you back into not only your now reality, but also of memories past and the greatness that can be. So thinking towards the future, and they say kind of dress for the career that you want, not the one that you have, or the life that you want, and not just wear a jumper and your pyjamas all day. But I think having that smell kind of gives you the confidence to, you know, hold your head up, wash your hair every now and again, and just get out there and think, do you know what, I can be, and I will be, and I am a success. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please do comment down below what your favourite fragrances are. I would love to know what you smell like. That sounded weird. I'd love to know the kind of things that you guys wear for certain occasions. Of course, like I say, I've got no dates coming up, but I do have an anniversary, my 10-month on YouTube. So of course I won't be taking myself out for a meal and drink because, you know, we can't. But I am celebrating internally. I'm so happy. I'm 10 months here on YouTube. I have you guys following me along. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what other kind of videos you'd like me to make. I'm going to attempt to wash my hair more often. No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be right here, hopefully one day in better conditions, and waiting to see you on the flip side.